To the UN complex in Gigiri. My discussion today is going to be a little different from discussions that you've heard. You must have been expecting that you will come here and hear from jargon of climate change, on how the world is going to end tomorrow, and how the ice caps are retreating in Mount Kilimanjaro and in the Arctic. Well, what I decided to do was to inspire you, talking about climate change, but actually bringing that back to you so that you see what value or what contribution you can be able to provide to society. Just about 2.5 years ago, it will soon be 3 years, the world came together in September 2015 and actually unanimously adopted what was called, you can see, in New York, the Sustainable Development Goals and Agenda 2030. And the intent of that was to ensure that the world can be able to move towards an economically, environmentally, and also a sound transition to an economic, social world whereby the issues of poverty can be addressed, the issues of food insecurity, the issues of unemployment, and at the same time also social inequity as well as environmental aspects are addressed. But what has happened then is that there has been so many things that have happened. The Paris Climate Change Agreement, which was adopted in December 2015. But I believe that you people have come in here today as there is an African proverb, which I like to use it in my discussions, which says that a man who calls his kinsmen to feast doesn't do so to redeem them from starving. I believe you must have had lunch, so you're not starving here, right? And what that means is that you definitely came in here to learn something new. And what you are going to learn is also going to provide an opportunity for you to see how we can together address some of the issues that are facing the world today. The UN environment actually have 7 sub-programs, and one of these sub-programs is called climate change, which I head for the African region. I'm the regional climate change coordinator. But what is more important is that as we're speaking today, the changing climate is no longer an abstract issue. From the floods in Sierra Leone in August to the droughts in the Sahel to East Africa, where as we're speaking, the drought in Eastern Africa region affected up to about 25.5 million people, and at the same time also inflicted a lot of acute malnutrition on children. And all these things that are already happening today, as you can see, these happenings are just the tip of the iceberg of what the science is telling us. As we're speaking, the world is already at 1.1 degree. But the dangerous climate change is going to happen starting from 2 degrees, but 1.1 degree minus 2. It means the world is just away to dangerous climate change by 0.9 degrees. And what this is going to do is that if we hit 2 degrees, then these impacts, whether they're drought, whether they're floods, are going to be irreversible. But more importantly, the 2 degrees, the magnitude and the frequency of these extreme events, as I've said, like drought will make suffering of ongoing drought seems like a child's play. So the list goes on and on, but what we know, still using an African proverb, you will notice that I'll be using a lot of them as we discuss on the changing climate and also the opportunities, is that when spiders, you know spiders, right? When they unite, they can tie down a mighty lion, if you might allow me to use the word. But when you look at climate change across the world, and put it in the perspective of the African region, and I'm going to focus in the African region because that is my area of responsibility at the moment, is that the region is having currently 240 million people who go to bed hungry. It's having food harvest losses as a result of inefficiencies in the agro value chain, costing the continent up to about $48 billion US. And the arable land that agricultural action can actually take place is 65% of the global arable land.